You ever have one of those weeks where you wish you could just disappear, start over somewhere no one knows your name, and maybe, just maybe, be left alone? Yeah, I thought so. That was exactly what Elena Voss was hoping for when she rolled into Willow Creek, this little nowhere town up in New York State. If you blinked, you'd miss it, but for Elena, it was supposed to be the perfect hiding place. Only trouble is, sometimes your demons know how to find you no matter where you run. Picture this, it's autumn. The sun's barely hanging on, casting these jagged shadows over the high school parking lot. Everything smells like fresh-cut grass and burning leaves, and there's a nervous energy you can almost taste in the air. Kids are everywhere, all shouting about football and who's dating who, but nobody pays much attention to the quiet new teacher making her way through the crowd. Elena, with her hair pulled back tight and those tired eyes, carrying a stack of essays like a shield, just hoping to blend in. To everyone else, she's a blank, slotty nobody, too quiet, too plain. But that's the way she wants it. Trust me. Inside, the halls buzz with rumors. Who is this new teacher? Where did she come from? How come she never talks about herself? The only thing people know is she's here. She's got this calm way about her, and she doesn't flinch even when the meanest kids in the building zero in on her like she's chum in the water. Because in every high school, there's always that crew, the ones who think the rules don't apply, the ones who've never heard the word no and believed it. At Willow Creek, it's Tyler Reed who runs the show. Broad shoulders, a killer smirk, and eyes that could chill you at 20 paces. With him, always, is Jake, the tall, wiry kid who laughs like a jackal, Mia, who's as sharp as broken glass and just as pretty. These three, they don't just rule the cafeteria, they rule the whole school, and woe to anyone who stands in their way. It doesn't take long before Elena finds herself on their radar. One day, Mia accidentally bumps into her in the lunch line, sending food everywhere. The place erupts, kids with phones out, snickering, recording, sharing it online before the mashed potatoes even hit the floor. Jake's making jokes, Tyler's just watching, silent and dangerous. Elena just picks herself up, cleans up her mess, doesn't say a word. You can see it on her face. She's been through worse, but she's not about to show it here. She just wants to teach, keep her head down, and maybe help some kids learn to love Shakespeare or To Kill a Mockingbird. But bullies, they smell weakness, or at least they think they do. That afternoon, they follow her out to the parking lot, cut off her path to the beat-up sedan she drives. Jake's dangling her keys, Mia's sniping at her, and Tyler just stands there ice cold, then lets Mia slap Elena right across the face. You could hear it echo off the concrete. Most people would have broken right then, cried, yelled, fought back. But Elena just looks at them, something fierce flickering in her eyes for half a second, then turns and leaves. But man, you could tell something inside her cracked wide open. That night, in a dingy little apartment with one too many locks on the door, Elena stares at herself in the mirror. The red mark on her cheek, the look in her eyes, it all reminds her of a life she'd left behind. 5 years back, she wasn't MS Voss. She was Elena Kane, the kind of name whispered in backroom fight clubs on 3 continents. A living weapon, Krav Maga, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, name it. She'd been legendary until one night, she hurt someone bad. That guilt, it never really faded. She'd sworn off fighting, changed her name, and tried to be someone new. But you know what they say, hurt people. And some wounds, they just wait for a reason to bleed. Next day, Elena decides she's not about to throw punches at teenagers, not that woman anymore. So she plays it smart. She puts Tyler, Jake, and Mia on a project with the shyest freshman in the class, Liam, the same kid they've been tormenting for months. The assignment? Interview someone who's been misunderstood. Find out what it's like to be judged before anyone even knows your story. Tyler rolls his eyes, but Elena just stares him down. You want to pass, you do the work. Over the next week, you can see little changes. Liam gets braver, starts answering in class, and for the first time, the other kids listen. But you didn't think the bullies would just quit, did you? Of course not. The trio doubles down, posting rumors online, hacking the projector to show a meme of Elena as a punching bag. One day, she finds her car vandalized, spray-painted loser in neon yellow, tires slashed for good measure. Most folks would have called it quits, maybe even quit their job. But Elena, she just walks through the mess, chin up. You know what I mean? That stubbornness, it's the only thing that gets you through sometimes. But the real twist hits just when things seem darkest. Out of nowhere, Liam comes to Elena, scared out of his mind. Tyler threatened him, told him to shut up or pay the price. That night, Elena sits alone, pulls out an old journal, the kind you only open if you're desperate to remember who you used to be. She flips to a name, Sofia Alvarez, the one fighter she nearly killed. The guilt, the regret, it's all still there. But just as Elena's wondering if she'll ever truly escape her past, fate throws another curveball. The next morning, a guest speaker walks into her classroom. Older now, a little scar above her eyebrow, but unmistakable. It's Sophia. For a split second, both women freeze. There's no anger, just this heavy silence. Then Sophia nods, like she's giving Elena permission to breathe again. After class, Sophia corners her. You're still that fighter, but now you get to decide what you fight for. Just a few words, but for Elena, it's everything. So here's where it all comes together. Willow Creek's annual talent show is coming UPA big deal in a small town. Elena signs up, no one really knows what for. On the night of the show, the gym's packed, everybody buzzing, waiting to see what kind of disaster the weird new teacher will bring. Elena walks out in a plain black GI, hair down, eyes burning bright. The music starts her, maybe it's just in her head and she moves. Not a flashy routine, just the basics, the calm, controlled power of years spent learning how to hurt and how not to. Halfway through, she stops, calls Liam up on stage. He's shaking, terrified, but she teaches him a move, helps him finish in front of everyone. The whole place goes quiet. And then, for the first time all year, the applause isn't sarcastic. It's real. In that moment, everything changes. Kids who never noticed Elena nod to her in the halls. Liam walks taller, and even the trio, stripped of their power, start to fade into the background. One day, a note slides under a door. I'm sorry. Mia. Not perfect, but a start. Tyler and Jake never apologize, but they leave Liam alone. Elena never has to throw a punch, never has to be the monster again. Months later, as she sits grading papers by the window, the stars out over Willow Creek, she realizes maybe you can't ever outrun your past, but you can choose what you do with it. Sometimes courage isn't about fighting back. Sometimes it's about standing your ground, quietly, until the world starts to change around you. But hey, maybe I'm just a sucker for a comeback story. What do you think, was Elena right not to fight fire with fire? Or do bullies only understand strength? Let me know in the comments. Tell us where you're watching from, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more stories that hit just a little too close to home.